Football, the world's greatest drama, a sport where 90 minutes can make heroes immortal and giants crumble to their knees. Since the 1990s, we've seen matches that defied all logic, nights when passion rewrote destiny, and games that left the world speechless. These are not just results, they're moments frozen in time, moments that made fans scream, cry, and believe in miracles. From impossible comebacks to humiliating defeats, each of these 10 matches didn't just shock the world, they changed it. So buckle up, because what you're about to witness isn't just a list, it's a roller coaster through the most unbelievable football stories ever told. This is 10 football games that shocked the world. Football's greatest comeback didn't happen in a final, it happened on a random night 8th March 2017. After the first leg, PSG completely destroyed Barcelona 4-0 in Paris. The world mocked them, said even Messi couldn't save them this time. But at Camp Nou, under the floodlights, something supernatural happened. Suarez scored early, then an own goal, 2-0. Messi buried a penalty, making it 3-0. Hope flickered, but Cavani's goal for PSG made it 3-1. Barca now needed 3 more goals that night to go through. Impossible, right? But not that night. In the 88th minute, Neymar curls in a free kick, and 91st a penalty. Neymar at it again. It's 5-1. Now 1 goal away. Then, in the 95th minute, Neymar chipped the ball into the box. Sergi Roberto flew in and scored. 6-1. Camp Nou exploded. Commentators screamed. Fans literally cried. Not tears of sorrow but of joy. That night, Barcelona didn't just win a match. They redefined belief. La Remontada wasn't football, it was religion. May 26, 1999. Camp Nou again. The Champions League final. Bayern Munich was 1-0 up from the 6th minute. Manchester United's dream of a historic treble was slipping away. Ferguson looked defeated. Time ticked toward 90. But United had one final act to play. 91st minute. Beckham swings in a corner. Sheringham turns it in. Equalizer. A goal. The crowd erupts, yet no one could predict what came next. Another corner. Seconds later. Beckham again. Sheringham flicks it, and there's Solskjaer, the baby-faced assassin, stabbing it home. 2-1. United completed the most iconic comeback in Champions League history at the time. The camera cuts to Ferguson. Football. Bloody hell. The treble was complete. Premier League, FA Cup, Champions League. It wasn't just about victory, it was about belief. 2 goals in stoppage time turned despair into immortality. The perfect ending to the perfect season. The world champions, Argentina, led by Diego Maradona, gods in blue and white, facing Cameroon, the unknown, underestimated, written off before kickoff. The date was June 8, 1990. Italy hosted the world. No one expected fireworks on day 1, but from the first whistle, Cameroon played like men possessed. Hard tackles, relentless pressing, fearless energy. And then came the moment. Francois Omambiik rose into the sky, heading the ball past Argentina's keeper. 1-0, silence, shock, awe, but the drama didn't stop. Cameroon had 2 players sent off, down to 9 men, yet they refused to surrender. Every tackle, every block was a war cry. This team literally put their lives on the line. When the final whistle blew, history was rewritten. Cameroon 1, Argentina 0. This wasn't just an upset, it was revolution. It proved football didn't belong to the powerful, it belonged to the fearless. Africa had arrived on the world stage, and the world would never look at underdogs the same way again. February 5th, 2011, St. James's Park. Arsenal were 4-0 up after just 26 minutes. It looked like a training session. Fans started leaving early. Even Newcastle's own commentators had given up. But football loves chaos. Then, second half, a red card for Arsenal's Diaby. The spark lit. Joey Barton scores a penalty. 4-1. Leon Best makes it 4-2. The crowd rises. The noise builds. Another penalty. 4-3. Now it's pure madness. Then, the 87th minute. A ball drops outside the box. Late Cheikh Tiote. One swing of the boot. Boom. A thunderbolt. 4-4. Pandemonium. Fans hugged strangers. Some cried. Some just stood there, stunned. From humiliation to glory in 45 minutes. It wasn't a cup final. It didn't win a title. But it became something greater. A reminder that football is never over until it is. Pep versus Mourinho. Messi versus Ronaldo. It was more than a game. It was a war. But on November 29, 2010, Pep's Barcelona didn't just win. They humiliated Real Madrid. From the first whistle, Barca's tiki-taka style suffocated Madrid. Xavi and Iniesta toyed with them like masters with apprentices. By halftime, it was 2-0. By full-time, 5-0. Messi didn't score, but he controlled everything. That night, even Mourinho, the master tactician, looked lost. Piqué still haunts Madridistas. This was Pep's masterpiece, a footballing Picasso painting perfection on the biggest stage. 5-0 wasn't just a scoreline, it was a statement. This is how football should be played. By the way, if you're enjoying this countdown story, please help us by liking this video now and subscribing to this channel. Doing so truly helps us grow here on YouTube, plus it also encourages us to do more football stories like this one. Now, back to the video. Amsterdam, a night that turned tears into legend. Tottenham were 3-0 down on aggregate after 55 minutes. Ajax, the young Dutch warriors, had conquered Real Madrid and Juventus. They were seconds away from the Champions League final. But football doesn't read scripts, it writes them. Then came Lucas Moura, a man possessed. In the 55th minute, he scored his first. 4 minutes later, a second, a quick turn, and a laser finish. Suddenly, it was 2-2 on the night. Tottenham needed one more. Ajax defended desperately. The stadium shook. Then, the 95th minute, a long ball into the box. It bounces, chaos, bodies everywhere. Lucas Moura turns, strikes, goal, 3-2. Tottenham had done the impossible. Pochettino collapsed to his knees, crying. The bench stormed the pitch. Ajax players dropped to the ground, crying. The whistle blew. Spurs were in the Champions League final. Lucas Moura, once doubted, became immortal. That night wasn't just a comeback. It was emotion distilled into 90 minutes. It reminded the world why we love this game, because even when all seems lost, belief can rewrite fate. Lisbon, August 14th, 2020. A strange summer, empty stadiums, silent stands, and echoes of a world paused by a pandemic. But what unfolded that night wasn't football, it was destruction. Bayern Munich 8, Barcelona 2. Let that sink in. From the first whistle, Bayern pressed like wolves unleashed, relentless, fearless, merciless. Within minutes, Müller scored. Then an own goal from Alaba gave Barca brief hope, very brief, because what followed was a storm, a footballing massacre on the grandest stage. Perisic, Gnabry, Müller again. By halftime, it was 4-1. Barcelona's players looked lost, Messi walking with his head down, helpless. Every Bayern attack was a bullet, every pass from Thiago or Kimmich was a dagger. Lewandowski made it 6-2, but the ultimate humiliation was yet to come. Felipe Coutinho, the man Barcelona had loaned to Bayern, came off the bench and scored twice against his own club. A poetic betrayal, a knife twist of irony. When the final whistle blew, it wasn't just a defeat, it was the collapse of an empire. Barcelona, the team that once redefined beauty in football, that danced under Pep Guardiola, that mesmerized the world, was gone. Their tiki-taka philosophy lay shattered on the grass. For Bayern, it was redemption. Years of heartbreak turned into dominance. For Barcelona, it was humiliation, a warning that no greatness lasts forever. 8-2 wasn't just a scoreline, it was a funeral, broadcast to millions, a moment when time finally caught up to giants. That night in Lisbon didn't just end a Champions League run, it ended an era. Quick pause. If you're enjoying this story, show us some love by liking this video and subscribing to this channel. Doing so helps us grow here on YouTube, and also it helps us bring you more incredible football stories just like this one. The first leg in Spain ended 4-1 to Barcelona. The tie was over. Done. Messi and company were already being discussed as semi-final favourites. But in Rome, something was brewing. Something that would become one of the greatest miracles in Champions League history. April 10th, 2018. The Stadio Olimpico was electric. The fans weren't hoping, they were believing. From the first whistle, Roma played like lions, pressing high, tackling hard, feeding off the roaring crowd. In the 6th minute, Edin Dzeko broke free and slotted home. 1-0. The stadium erupted, not just in joy, but in belief. Barcelona suddenly looked nervous. The swagger was gone. Messi barely touched the ball. Roma smelled blood. They attacked like they had nothing to lose, because they didn't. Then came the 58th minute. Dzeko was brought down in the box. Penalty. Captain Daniele De Rossi stepped up, the heart and soul of Roma, and smashed it in. 2-0. Now the impossible was possible. Barcelona panicked. They couldn't find rhythm, and in the 82nd minute, destiny arrived. Corner kick. Costas Manolas rose like a warrior. A header. A goal. 3-0. The commentator screamed, "Roma have risen from their ruins." The Olimpico exploded into chaos. Pure, beautiful chaos. Barcelona, the giants of Europe, were out. Tears streamed down the faces of players and fans alike. It wasn't just a comeback, It was a resurrection, a night when belief beat billions. David didn't just slay Goliath, he danced, sang, and made the whole world believe in miracles again. May 13th, 2012, a day that changed English football forever. Manchester City were on the brink of history. After 44 years without a league title, they needed one thing, a win against Queen's Park Rangers. Simple, right? But City and simple don't mix. QPR, already battling relegation, fought like their lives depended on it. Zabaleta scored first, relief, 1-0. But then came the shock. Djibril Cissé pounced on a mistake, 1-1. Then Jamie Mackey's header made it 2-1 to QPR. As the clock hit 90 minutes, United's game had finished. They were champions, unless City could do the impossible. The Etihad was silent, faces pale, dreams were fading. In the 91st minute, corner kick, Edin Dzeko rises, a header, a goal, 2-2, hope flickers, but time is almost gone. 94th minute, one last attack. Balotelli stumbles but somehow slides the ball to Aguero. He takes a touch, dodges a tackle, and smashes it into the net. Aguero! Martin Tyler's scream became immortal. The stadium exploded. Fans crying, screaming, falling to their knees. Players in tears, strangers hugging strangers. In those few seconds, Manchester City went from despair to glory, from nearly men to legends, from shadows of United to rulers of England. That goal didn't just win a title, it changed an entire club's destiny. It marked the birth of a new football empire, and as blue smoke filled the sky, one truth echoed louder than ever. In football, it's never over until it's over. Belo Horizonte, July 8, 2014. A nation stopped breathing. Brazil, the hosts, the five-time champions, the country that invented football joy, were one win away from the final. This was meant to be their redemption after 1950, their moment, their destiny. But instead, it became a national tragedy. Germany scored once, then twice, then again. Within 29 minutes, it was 5-0, 5-0 in a World Cup semi-final against Brazil. The cameras panned across the stadium, children crying, adults in disbelief, faces painted in yellow and green melting into tears. Commentators ran out of words. Even the German players looked shocked at what they were doing. By halftime, the world wasn't watching a match anymore. They were witnessing a meltdown. Every pass from Germany cut through Brazil's defense like a knife through paper. Kroos, Müller, Klose, Khedira. Then came the most haunting image of all, the scoreboard reading Brazil 0-7 Germany, on home soil, in front of their people. For a team that once played samba football, it felt like watching a funeral in yellow shirts. When Oscar finally scored a consolation goal, there were no cheers, just applause from German fans, polite, almost sympathetic. 7-1, not just a scoreline, a wound that may never fully heal. That night shattered Brazil's football identity, but it also reminded the world of football's cruel beauty, because no matter how great you are, no matter how loud your stadium roars, this game has no mercy. A night so unforgettable, so unbelievable, that even now, it doesn't feel real. The night Brazil's dream died, and football changed forever. 10 games, 10 moments that shook the planet. From Barcelona's miracles to Brazil's heartbreak, each one reminded us that football isn't just a sport. It's drama, emotion, and destiny rolled into 90 unforgettable minutes. These weren't just matches, they were turning points. Nights when legends were born, hearts were broken, and fans across the world realized why football is called the beautiful game. Because in football, anything can happen, and usually it does. It's chaos, it's passion, it's magic. If you made it this far, I want to say big thank you to everyone who has been supporting our channel so far. Honestly, we couldn't do this without you guys. If you are new here and haven't already done so, could you kindly help us out by liking this video, plus also subscribing to this channel, as doing so does help us grow here on YouTube. And if you want more football stories, watch the video displayed on your screen right now. But now, it's your turn. Which of these unforgettable matches shocked you the most? Or did we miss one that deserves a spot on this list? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Let's have this discussion. And remember, football doesn't end when the whistle blows. It lives forever, and it echoes through time. It's the reason we're still talking about these moments today. Love you guys. See you in the next video.